Well, a sixth woman who is a member of the New York State Executive Chamber's staff, number 6, has come forward with allegations of sexual harassment against Governor Andrew Cuomo. She says that Cuomo inappropriately touched her at the governor's mansion last year. And joining us now to discuss is former Lieutenant Governor of New York, Betsy McCoy, and columnist for the New York Post, Carol Markowitz. Thank you both for joining us again. Betsy, I'll start with you today. Number 6, when is enough going to be enough?
Well, certainly it's raising the concern and focusing attention on Andrew Cuomo, but his far more serious challenge, in addition to the cascading allegations from women, the far more serious challenge is the growing evidence that he lied and also provided false reports to government officials about the nursing home deaths. We have 6 allegations of sexual harassment, but we've got almost 15,000 deaths of elderly people who were nursing home residents. And in the second issue, the nursing homes, this is where Andrew Cuomo could actually be convicted of a crime, a serious crime, mail and wire fraud, and do real time in prison. So far, the allegations from the women will constitute civil offenses rather than criminal.
Yeah. Carol, what do you think is next?
Yeah, I'm with Betsy. I think that it would be unfortunate if the scandal that brought down Governor Cuomo was the sexual harassment scandal and not the nursing home scandal. But I'm not sure what's next. I'm very cautiously pessimistic. But I think that Cuomo can easily win a 4th term in New York. It's a very blue state. The media is almost entirely on his side. These allegations barely get any coverage in many other media outlets. And, I don't see him stepping down or doing anything. He hasn't even apologized for any of it, really. And I don't see him doing it.
Yeah, well, let me support my fellow columnist, a very smart woman, and say I think the chances of Cuomo stepping down are near zero. Right. Yeah. And that's for 2 reasons. First of all, his attorneys will strongly advise him not to, suggesting that it would imply guilt. And secondly, because experienced lifetime career politicians like Andrew Cuomo almost never step down. It's the neophytes who do that. Most career politicians understand if they wait long enough, if they hold on long enough, voters will tend to forget. I don't think he can run for a 4th term, but I'm absolutely positive he will not step down.
Yeah, so Carol, what it might take for him to step down would be pressure from above, or maybe some pressure from the Democratic Party. What do you think would need to happen behind the scenes for that to happen? Or do you think that's even a possibility?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right that that's what would need to happen. I have no faith that anything like that's going to happen. There's I don't think the Biden administration is going to pressure a fellow Democrat to step down. I don't think most of Cuomo's fellow Democrats in New York will turn on him. He's had a few, but very few. The thing is that they're all going to protect each other. And it's amazing to me what the Cuomo line right now is. Oh, these are just allegations. You should wait for the facts. Oh, we do that now? We wait for facts? Every time a Republican is accused, we go straight for the allegations, and that becomes the story.
What about taking the heat off the 4 other states under investigation for similar policies to what Cuomo did here in New York? What if he takes the fall for that? Would that in any way take possibly the heat off of them, and could possibly he be pressured to do that?
Well, the question is, did they deceive and lie about their actions? The original decision to require nursing homes to take COVID-infected patients, I won't say it was a mistake, because there was a lot of financial incentive and inappropriate influence from the hospital industry involved there. But the fact is, several states did it. The real question is, did the governors and top health officials in the other states lie and create false reports to cover up the mounting deaths? That's the difference between New York and these other states, and that's what would make Cuomo criminally culpable.
Yeah, Carol, the governor is not ruled out running again. which makes me wonder, does this come down to the results of the investigation that's going on? And from what you're able to see, what will come of that?
Right. Well, short of criminal charges, again, my prediction would be he does run for that fourth term. It's still over a year away. It's extremely plausible that people forget and move on. And again, I know I blame the media a lot, but it really is their fault. They crafted this hero narrative around him, and they let him slide for all of those months. And they are poised to do it again. They're easily going to move on from this scandal because he's a Democrat, and that's what they do.
It's hard to imagine there could be a silver lining coming out of 15,000 tragic deaths. I won't call it a silver lining, but this is a chance for New York to really have a turning point, and for New Yorkers to look back over the last 8 or 9 years, not all the years of the Cuomo administration, but at least the last 8 or 9, and see that it has been a steady decline. And even a state as blue as New York can elect a Republican governor. They did it in Massachusetts. They did it in Maryland.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that might fit that bill? Somebody that has experience in that world, somebody well known in New York whose name is well known, somebody that may have been a lieutenant governor before, somebody wholly qualified to be in that role. Do you know anyone like that, Betsy?
Imagine that.
What?
Imagine that.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us anything?
No, I don't, but I'm suggesting that New York is ripe for new leadership, and New York has suffered tremendously under the Cuomo years, but most New Yorkers were so enthralled with the love gov, they didn't really see. Now we're ripping back the veil, and perhaps they'll notice how many people have fled the state, how bad the job opportunities are upstate particularly, and how bad the criminal legal system is.
Yes. Okay, Betsy, we'll consider that you're thinking about it. Betsy McCoy and Carol Markowitz, thank you so much.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.